Yeah, welcome to another fantastic edition of the World Cup special. The World Cup has been many days, weeks since it's begun, and a lot of countries are still in the World Cup. While we know few are out of the World Cup. Unfortunately, it's not the best moment for us right now in Nigeria, yeah, because of we are not so happy, heartbroken when Nigeria lost to Argentina 2-1, and that brought us with just 3 points out of the World Cup. But there's still so many things to live for the memories and for the other countries still at the World Cup. A lot of people have started adopting countries. So I don't know what country you're adopting for the World Cup, for the remainder of the matches at the World Cup. But I know certainly that I just hope and pray that the World Cup ends successfully, and perhaps we should see a new winner because we know historically there are just only 7 or 8 countries that have won the World Cup since inception. So we hope this new time in 2018 ongoing in Russia, we can, at the end of the day, we can have a different country entirely winning the World Cup. Yes, my name is Mudashiru Shitu, and in the next few minutes, we'll be looking at the many memories of the World Cup, and a special focus on the Super Eagles so far at the World Cup. And not forgetting, we have a special guest in the house who I'm going to introduce that later in the course of the program to talk about our own reactions as regards to World Cup. And she has been a part of a video that has been made for that World Cup. We'll talk about that later in the program. Before we go that, we will have to give you some actions of the World Cup so far. Enjoy this. When we come back, I introduce you to this, my very wonderful guest. Yeah, welcome back. It's still the World Cup special. I'm going to introduce my guest. I'm sure you enjoy one of these actions. So far, so good. You'll be getting more of that subsequent edition on the World Cup special. We are not going to end because the Super Eagles are out of the World Cup. We'll continue giving you the latest update. That's why you need to follow us on all our social medias and to be part of this lovely moment. I'm still going to call out names of those that have been dropping our comments on all these our social medias and do's, and perhaps we might be bringing one of the guests into the house to really share a wonderful and moments at the World Cup. We're going to do that. Just keep dropping your comments, your reactions, especially those that has to do with the Super Eagles. It's high time to introduce my guest, a very wonderful lady that loves interest in sport and many things she does, from sports to media, to production of music. And they've done this together when the World Cup kicked off some weeks ago as regards to the opening ceremony, and then the World Cup musical video just dedicated for the love of the Super Eagles, for the love of Nigeria, and for the love of everybody around the globe. Still talking about the Russia 2018 World Cup. I'm introducing Bericom Metshema. It's good to have you in the house here.
Thank you very much, Madash.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people looking forward. We're talking so much about the video, and the video obviously playing on right now. Titled Push It. How did you guys, what do you guys have in mind to bring these wonderful videos together?
Oh, so it's been a great honor to be a Nigerian in this time of the World Cup. And with the things that have been happening lately in Nigeria, we're not happy with a lot of things. we want to send a message of unity. And what better place and platform to do it than music, and then sports again. And this World Cup is the perfect avenue to drag the love and unity in Nigeria that we need right now. And the Push It by Amada is a message to Nigerians to see as an anthem for the World Cup. So you could sing it as, you know, the anthem for the World Cup each time the World Cup matches want to start. And really, it's a beautiful song, and I think everyone should listen to it.
It's everybody actually listening to it, and they've been dropping their reactions as regards to the video and the songs going on. I also saw you featured in the video.
Yes, I was.
So wonderful moment. Yeah. Apart from that, let's look at the video itself. Apart from the message of Nigeria moving forward, how did you do this with those young kids and the videos, talking and all that, looking so super egos?
So the young kids that dance, I think I can mention their names, the dream catchers, they are such amazing kids. They have such talent, and they bring this, you know, spice and innocence into this world of sports. And with the energy they had, we just had to feature them into this video. And then the love for sports. There were a lot of people that came in with ideas for how sports should be played in the streets and everything, but really we wanted to be as pure as possible. So we went into our hood. We went into this was shot in Nigeria, and this was shot really close by here, and it was completely pure love. Everyone was just having fun on set. It was as if we came in with this plan for months. Meanwhile, we literally came up with the plan and shot the video, you know, and it worked out really well. Really loved the energy that was brought in.
Yeah, let's not forget there are many musical videos for the World Cup out there, but I'm telling you, Push It by Amada is one musical video that a lot of people have been watching and talking about. I, for one, is already becoming an household name, and even regardless of the fact that the Super Eagles are no longer at the World Cup, Push It by Amada, it's what you can get on the street of Lagos and everywhere, so that you could still keep the spirit. It does not just go beyond the World Cup, though it was dedicated for the World Cup, but it goes beyond the World Cup. It's for an everyday life that whatever we do, we need to push it. So enjoy this wonderful video by Amada, Push It for the World Cup. And when we come back, I still have my wonderful guest in the studio.
Let's stay together just for a reason. Let's stay forever, not for seasons. From Russia to Africa, do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Africa, give me more and more. My people start to run, come. Africa, give me more and more. My people start to run, come. Here we go! Let's love each other for no reason. Take your hand and place your heart on us and feelings. From Russia to Africa, do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Africa, give me more and more. My people start to run, come. Africa, give me more and more. My people start to run, come.
boundaries of love.
Yes, yeah, welcome back. You need to see the energy in those kids, and the same energy is what we need at the World Cup. The energy and the happiness and joy written all over the face. So the World Cup still in the progress right now. Some games going on right now, and let's not forget that I'm Belcom Meshema still in the house. You going to sing any of the song for us? Can you
I'll
try?
sing the chorus.
Okay.
Africa, give me more, more. My people start to they come. That's about it.
Yet away from that, we will now go straight to part of the focus on the day. The Super Eagles' performance at the World Cup. Yesterday, according to Berikoma, she said, my guest in the house, she said a lot of hearts of Nigerians were broken yesterday. But looking at the game so far, three different games, a lost, two losses, that's the one against Croatia and yesterday against Argentina, and the one in the middle against Iceland, we won that 2-0. So far, so good. Super Eagles' performance out of the World Cup right now. What can you say happened yesterday?
Oh, it was very devastating, especially with the long stretch of hope we had up to the last minute, thinking we were going to qualify. In fact, I had to post up a video on my social media platform saying that this is exactly the experience we had. We had so much joy. We started rounding up our joys and saying we qualified just to get that little kick in reality and saying that, okay, no, Argentina came to win, and it was painful. But the Super Eagles have been tremendous. I've seen a lot of adjustments and preparation for this World Cup. They started slow, but they picked up the pace, and I think they finished with a fight.
Yeah, the finish of the fight. So to you think regardless to we out of the World Cup, the total summation from the game against Croatia and the game against Iceland and yesterday against Argentina, how can you rate the Super Eagles?
Oh, if I were rating 1 to 10, I'll rate them a 7 to 8 because this is a team who has worked without a budget. You know, I mean, like working in sports, you need a lot of investment, and this is Nigeria we're talking about. We have a lot going on for us that is not really nice, and with the tremendous preparation they've had, I've seen how they have to go early to the stadiums. They are their team. I love their tracksuits and their kicks. By the way, the shoes were amazing. I love the white one that had the silver bumper at the back. So they really put in a lot of seriousness. You could see that they weren't playing around. They had a little bit of fun, but really the effort they put in was tremendous, regardless of whatever discouraged. And, you know, people started to call us, you know, wannabes. And people now know that we don't accept second fiddle. We push it literally.
Yeah, the typical Ninja spirit.
Yes, typical Ninja
Yeah, which of the players actually really amazed you?
Oh, I was impressed by Victor Moses. In the beginning, I didn't like his tiki-taka attitude. You know, he had a lot of here and there placements on the field, but I started to grow hope in him towards the third match. And with the goal at the penalty, it was amazing for me. It made me feel like, yes, he finally made up for all the running around he did on stage with a goal.
Yeah, where were you yesterday? Because we know the entire crew of the World Cup special were at a particular place, and so much emotion, so much power, energy. No wonder people call us the happiest people on earth, regardless of our situation. Where were you? Can you describe the atmosphere before we go to look at the atmosphere where we were yesterday? Can you describe the atmosphere where you were watching the match?
So if it was eclectic, that was the word. I was at home with a number of friends. We filmed our expressions. We were excited, we were sad. It was a roller coaster of emotions. The beginning when the first half where Messi scored that goal, I couldn't handle it. It was literally an upstanding moment because you had to get up and the pressure was just so much. And the second half, my boys brought it in and they made me proud. Well, I have to say that the hope that Nigerians had that we were going to qualify into the round of 16 was shattered to bits by that last goal by Rojo. I really have to say that many of us thought we did it. It was just too painful letting us go like that.
Yeah, don't take my mind back to those memories, you know. It wasn't a happy moment for everybody, but, you know, like life is a different stroke for different folks. Why Nigerians were not happy? The Argentine were really so happy as regards to that. We saw so many videos about Maradona, who was also We also played against Nigeria and USA 94, and they defeated Nigeria. That same score line, 2-1. Also, fortunately, he was on the stand, and a lot of the cameras were actually pointing at him. But that's not what we are looking at right now. We go straight to where we were yesterday, and a lot of Nigerians shared their emotions during the first half and afterwards. You need to see that football is one thing that has brought this nation together for a long time. Enjoy this.
My expectation in this match today, we're expecting nothing less than winning today. We hope that the boys will go out there and do us proud.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the match a lot. I've watched the World Cup in Spain and the UK, and this is the most excitement I've seen in the room the whole World Cup so far. I'm enjoying it. I think we're going to have a good second half. I think the team has come through a lot, and they play really cohesively, and looking at the way they play together compared to the Argentinian team, I think they deserve the win today.
If you look at the second part of the first half, you see that the Nigeria team started putting it together. They started getting more confident, they started understanding themselves. So I predict that we're going to continue that in the second half and take it to the next level.
I think the guys actually played well, actually. We just have some few lapses with the coach not making substitute at the 80th minute. And I would also say, I think in the match, I think the guys actually played well, actually. We just have some few lapses with the coach not making substitute at the 80th minute. And I would also say, I think in the match, we actually had penalties that is meant to be awarded. It was just one. We understand the issue of the television screen to show the reverse of the match for us to understand that, okay, this is a penalty or not. But clearly we could see that that was a penalty, it was not given. Now, the other thing I would say is this. The players actually lack what they call composure on the match.
Well, to start with, Argentina really pushed us the second half. The boys didn't push hard enough. They were doing more of defense rather than attack. And Argentina was really attacking, so.
What can I say? It's a game. Someone has to win and someone has to lose. My boys played beautifully well. I'm proud of them. We all saw politics being played out there. But then, politics or no politics, it's a game. Someone has to lose, someone has to win. The Super Eagles played beautifully well, but unfortunately, it's a game. So, you know, in football, every minute counts. Like a little slip in concentration. I think that's the reason. So many shots that was lost, so many goals we were supposed to score. I think it was just concentration or probably intimidation. I don't know, but I think it was just a little slip in concentration.
It's my boys. You know, sometimes when lady personalize the Super Eagles, I just see the lady saying my boys. Yeah, of course, they are boys. We send them, they're representing Nigeria at the World Cup. Though, in a few days' time, we'll be expecting them back into Nigeria, and a lot of people to go to the various countries where they ply their trade. Now, before then, we'll be talking about one particular topic that has been going around the World Cup, and that's the video assistant referee. Good or bad? A lot of people have been sharing their opinion on whether it's good, some bad. This is the first time the VAR will be used at the World Cup. This is just to give accuracy without any biasness in support, to actually make sure the accuracy and error of the official sometimes is being reduced to the barest minimum. What's your opinion about the VAR?
So when they first brought it on Monday, I thought it was interesting. I didn't think that it would come to a point where they will have to literally use it. I just thought it was one of those gadgets that they just brought just for, you know, extra caution. But I've seen that some people have said it takes a lot of time off the match. I know there's pressure for the penalty. They want the penalty, some people don't want it. And then another chance that the referee is not making the best decision, you know, if they're going to leave the referee, ultimately the referee has the final say. The video assistant ref is just going to help him make that decision. I think that the ridicule that has been associated with this device is a lot compared to what other, you know, technical things that have been brought into the World Cup to make it perfect.
Yeah, you talk about ridicule. I for one know sometimes ridicule in the sense that the time, the passion, you know, sometimes even yesterday's game, you have to wait to check some moments, you understand? And a lot of people, that it takes away the passion of the game. Do you share that sentiment that it should actually take the passion of the game?
So when it's my country playing and the penalty works in my favor, I am definitely for it. But when it's going to be taking a lot of time of the match, and especially at a dead, dying minute. I think the pressure is just unnecessary, and they should take away that VAR for the last minute. They should use it more like when it's in the middle of the game, or like beginning, not when there's a lot of pressure building and then you bring something and say, okay, you want to use a little bit of our minutes on it. I mean, it's not necessary at the end, at the dying time. You should just focus on the main game and use your knowledge, your expertise, make a decision and go on.
She's saying, and interesting to know that the dying minute is 1 minute of the game that it gives a lot of people so much morale, expectation, high blood pressure, always go around that particular moment at dying minute of a game. And VAR is one moment that actually can bring about the high blood pressure, as the case may be, whether you are for or against it. But if there's anything we need to learn about the VAR, it perhaps has come to say, because more positive has come out from it rather than the ridicule, because going from the usage at the World Cup, we know France game was the first game they actually used that where Pogba and actually scored that goal, and it was in their favour. So still the World Cup ends, we'll still be saying more. But there's still a lot of controversies as regards to that. We don't know whether the next World Cup 2022 will be used VAR, regardless to what FIFA says about. But this is yet to stay. And if there's one man that's actually gotten so well that we've not seen it has to be with Messi so far. Messi seems to be one player that a lot of people have been talking about, especially when you compare him with what Ronaldo has been doing. Messi for you.
So Messi, in the match before the match with Croatia, I think he dropped performance. I have no idea why. I think it has to do with management. And Messi is not usually like that on the field. It was very noticeable, and people talked about it a lot. So I think he brought back his game for Nigeria because he knew there was a lot at stake for Argentina not to qualify to Nigeria. First of all, Nigeria is not seen as the highest interest or country of interest in the world of football. And Argentina to lose to us, they probably feel they have a lot to lose, their prestige, And Messi, being number 10, he actually made a significant goal. That was the 100th goal for Argentina. And through the course of the game, I've seen that number 10 has been significant. And for Messi, I think it's a good deal for him, to be the one to score a significant number, a round-up figure, 100 for his country. And he retired and he came back for this game. So he probably has a pat on the back. I don't like the attitude he portrayed in the previous matches anyway. But this one, it was sad that it was us that lost. But I think this one, he came back with a bit of his game. And scoring the first goal in the first quarter of the game was pretty interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, it took us back to memory lane. I wish Messi was the president actually persuaded Messi to come back out of retirement.
Yes.
If or not, he would. I don't think he would have. It's not in our favor anyway, because if Messi have retired, perhaps there won't be a winning goal yesterday.
Also, I'd like to point out Maradona. I noticed he was sleeping during the match. A lot of people have really talked about this online, and there was a point where he was dancing with a Nigerian. Like the confusion, you're from Argentina, and you're dancing with a Nigerian. I mean, this is your opponent you're rejoicing with. So I think he had a lot of passion. He showed a lot of interest. The screams when there were goals, and the cameraman did a lot of work focusing on him during the show.
These are one set of people we need to appreciate when the World Cup comes. Thank you very much for being part of the show. I'm sure definitely we hope to see you back in the studio.
My pleasure.
On this note, I want to say a big thank you for keeping it updated with me. Let's not forget you could drop your messages, your reaction on our Facebook page, Twitter handle, and Instagram to enjoy this World Cup special. For me, to the rest of you, keep watching TV360.